and welcome back to part 15 of Dragon Star Varnir, where today, just like at the end of the last Star Temple, we got some cleanup to do first. But Feria, now being a new member of the team, has her own social link, so we're going to be starting that today instead first. Yeah, I don't mind, but... What, you got a problem? Well, it's not a problem, but... Why is she following me around? Then get up and get to work, brother! Okay, so you want me to take the laundry next? She gave me another job. At this rate, I don't think I can talk with her until I finish it all. Don't worry, it's not going to be the whole part, for once. She's really going at it with the whole Brother Zephy bit today. Here's some cake for your help. I have tea for you too, Brother Zephy. Thank you. Hey, do you think Fairy's been acting a little weird lately? She'll be on my tail bickering at me all afternoon sometimes. I can't tell if she hates me or likes the attention. She's just happy to be able to call you brother. Is it just hitting her now? She's been in your shadow ever since she became one of the older sisters, hasn't she? I think she's finally able to express it. Her giving me chores is like her way of being affectionate, but I feel like Feria just calls me when she wants me to work. Well, I'm okay with that. It's nice to know she's trying to be kind to me, no matter how weird it might be. Yeah? Oh, Feria, why are you hiding? Huh? Oh. Ah, she was there. I didn't even notice. Here, I have some extra, so you can have them, Zephy. Cookies? I baked too many, and I thought you might want some. I see, that's sweet of you, thanks, Feria. I hope they make you happy because I made them myself. Anyway, are you free? Can you read a book for me in my room? A book? Yeah, it's hard to understand it. Feria, you're an older sister now. You should be the one reading to the younger ones. Are those cookies only for Zephy? Where are our cookies? I have more. I have enough for everyone, so just hang on. Oh, and forget about the book, Zephy. I'll read it myself. You two. I know you find it adorable that Feria is falling over Zephy, but it's not nice to poke fun at her. Sorry, she was so adorable I couldn't help it. Zephy, I know you know, but those cookies aren't extras. Regardless, I'm happy to receive a gift from Feria. I'll savour it later. And if she could read on her own, then why did she ask me to read it for her? Feria's been acting weird lately. I wonder if she wants to talk to me more about something. I want Feria to feel comfortable talking. Phew. Okay, well, I'm going to go train. Thanks for the cake and tea. It was delicious. He trains every day. That's impressive. As a new older sister, Feria's been training hard. I can't fall behind. Alright, I'm going to work hard today. If it's just about strength and agility, I may be stronger than Manessa and the others, but I still lack actual combat experience. Ah! I have to be the brother that Feria can look up to. I have to be able to handle the dragons and fight in a way I can predict their moves. Go! In order to do that, all I can do is train. If I train like I'm in natural combat, then I should be able to fight easily. I sense someone staring. That head popping out of the bushes, it's Feria. What's up, Feria? Oh! Stop hiding, come over here. Okay. So what's up? So she does want to talk to me about something. I'll wait for her to open up. I want you to train me, Zephy. Train you? For battle? Yes. I've become an older sister and get to be with you guys, right? Yeah. So, I want to learn how to fight like you. Like me? That's sweet, but Charlotta is the one who's training you, right? Charlotta doesn't teach me the cool moves that you do, Zephy. Ah, well, it's cool you were watching me. Oh, but I wasn't really watching you like in any sort of weird way or anything. I know, no need to explain yourself. You don't get it at all. Did you say something? Nothing? So you want me to train you? What? Is that going to be a problem? No, that's not it. I just figured Manessa and the others probably won't agree to it. It'll be pretty dangerous. The girls love their little sisters. That still includes Feria. Well, yeah, I agree, but what if we train secretly? It's nice that you want to train with me, but you can't rush this. It'll be more trouble than it's worth. I know, but us witches don't have time. I don't want to be slow about this. Feria. Manessa, Caricaro, Lapo, and Charlotta. I know they all had it tough as little sisters. I don't want to be the only one who doesn't have it all together. I want to be able to protect myself out there. I can't be like this forever, or else when I someday become the oldest sister, I won't be able to protect the others. She was thinking that much, huh? By becoming an older sister, she must feel a stronger sense of duty. I understand. Okay, I'll train you. Really? But don't overdo it, okay? You have to follow my orders, got it? Yay! Thanks, Zephy, I love you! Whoa. Well, she's happy enough to hug me. I mean, when I said love you, as a mentor who's thinking about my safety, okay? Mentor, huh? I'm sure that's a grand name. You will follow my rules, right? Of course. Oh, Zephy, about Minestra and the others? Our secret, right? If I tell them, I'm sure they'll say no, but Feria is trying to become independent from the others. Yeah, don't go easy on me, okay? Yeah, leave it to me. But she's a girl. I don't think I can go all out on her. I have to be careful not to hurt her. Feria and Zephy's relationship is adorable in the first half, but kinda weird in the second half. Like, when you go through this, you'll see what I mean. It's a kid, like, fawning over someone she can't be with. Which might sound weird out of context, but if you've been around a kid ever, you know that every kid kind of goes through that kind of stage. Where they get like a kid crush over someone they're never actually going to end up with because of the age difference. It's just because they don't understand it yet. And that's kind of what's going on. But it starts out cute, but it gets weird. And that's all I'm going to leave it as for now. But anyway, we're back in the Star Temple because, other than the fact that we've got Feria in our team, we have got the door that we can now unlock and the extra boss that Zuba wants us to do at the very end. Feria's field ability works a little differently than the rest, in that it's designed in a way that you can technically do the rest of the game without it, because as I've said before, if you've lost all 3 of the kids by this point, Feria will not join the party at this point. She will run away. You'll be too crazy. She won't trust you. So you'll just never see her again when you go into chapter 7, which is heart-wrenching, but it is just kind of a cool detail that technically Feria is optional. But because of that, every single dungeon that could use her ability had to be designed in a way that you could still do it, while at the same time still making the punishment for it feel noticeable. And how they do that is that starting next dungeon... Oh, by the way, Minestra's been confused, which is why she's bopping Zephy. The confusion gas can do that. But anyway, is that Feria's special ability is that she makes a shield that will protect her from stage hazards. Anything in the map that could harm you, whether it be toxic gas, like maybe lava on the ground, things like that, anything that could harm any of your party in any sense in the field, with Feria's ability, it will ignore. So what they do is just in the Wilderness of Atonement coming up, it's only if you want optional treasures there through toxic gases. But in the dungeon after that, if you want to get through it, you have to go through it. So if you don't have Feria, you're taking damage you don't have a choice in, which is actually a relatively fitting punishment. Like that, you've already gone crazy, so having to take mandatory damage, and it's not much. Like it doesn't. Like, it's not going to bring you from 100% to 0 like Mary Skeletal's traps do. If you ever played that, you'll know what I mean. You step in the fire of that, it kills you in 2 seconds. So if you don't have Kagura's ability, that's just the end of the road. You just step into it and it's over. But but it does hurt you, and it is enough that you will notice it pretty quickly. And so the fact that you mandatorily have to go through parts of it starting 2 dungeons from now is the game's way of saying, well, maybe if you wasn't a psycho and looked after your party a bit more, Feria would have still trusted the party and this wouldn't have happened. And I'm still undecided whether or not I'm going to do another playthrough to show that off, because there is a lot. I probably wouldn't fit it into one video, but there is a lot that changes when your madness scale increases. Like I said, starting from chapter 2, when you hit 15%, after that it's 10% per chapter you go up by, it will trigger a new cutscene or change the events of something. And there's already, you've seen it, several points in this game where plot threads only get solved or only make progress because the kids say something. So if all 3 of the kids are dead, there are certain mysteries you never get an answer to, because the kids won't ever discover it or give the piece of information you need to fill in the blank. There are some really joyful and wholesome moments in this game later on that you will never see if your madness scale has been affected or the kids have died. And it makes the ending, when you get to the other side of it, one of the most miserable endings in an Idea Factory game in quite a long time. And as someone who's played a lot and seen a lot of their endings, I'm talking like Conquest Ending from Net 2. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the second Neptunia game, the game has like 11 different endings, depending on your decisions throughout the game. But if you make extremely selfish decisions and then chase a side quest without ever putting any care into your teammates, you will lean into the Conquest Ending, where the Conquest Ending is to defeat the ultimate evil. You use this Sword of Conquest to do so. But the power of the Sword of Conquest, it has to have God blood in it. And so the main character of that game, Netgear, murders the entire cast to fuel the Conquest Blade to deliver the evil. And then it's heavily implied that she just, after she kills it, in her own guilt, just leaves the city that she's used to, lives in the forest, and presumably doesn't live that long. The guilt overwhelms her, and it is a miserable ending that you just can decide to go for. But because that's just because Nep 2 decided to have the most heartless ending in series there. But this ending at this game, like when you think about how the context is, and this game's already pretty dark. Keep in mind, by the time we got to like part 3 or 4, we witnessed a kid die. Like this game knows how to be very heartless when it wants to be. Now imagine if you get a bad ending in a game that's already kind of heartless. Exactly. As you notice there, everyone leveled up once, but Feria leveled up twice. Feria is getting a slight experience boost because she's so far behind everyone, and will start to even out with the rest of the party before we get to the end. Also in here is the Water Dragon armor, which might be pretty good for your party, but if you've been spending a lot of time with Elixir Dragons, you're going to have better stuff by now. Which is something that you'll start to feel as you go on throughout this. The more you bother to do Elixir armors, Elixir armor sets, things like that, the more pointless the armor you find in dungeons become. Which is why ever since the start of the time limit, any armor equipment I pick up, I don't equip whilst I'm exploring. I wait until I get back to the den before I put it on, because I know there's no necessity to wear them, and more often than not they're worthless. I also go out of my way to check on the kids just after that fight, and lo and behold, yes, their mood's dropped and I have to feed them a bunch to get them happy again.
Whoa, this is delicious. I can't leave any left.
And Theo is still, or Pio is still a little behind on the bar than everyone else, which is great because that means if I somehow completely failed this, at least maybe Pio would survive. Not that that's a threat. Where I'm at in my recording, now I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but where I'm at in my recording, there's only one dungeon left in the time limit, so I'm making good progress.
That huge dragon is...
I didn't expect to find it at the Southstar Temple.
It found us so quickly, too. If only we could have gotten the jump on it.
Be careful. It's probably a lot stronger than the last dragon we fought.
What? Can we even beat it?
I can't see this dragon's past either. This must be another dragon with a different kind of power. I think you're right, but let's figure that out later. Prepare yourselves.
Don't be afraid. We can beat this thing if we work together.
Time for one of the cooler dragon designs, Zorro Dragon, however you pronounce that. I'm just going to call him Zorro, alright? The Zorro Dragon here. Because it's undead, I guess it makes sense that it is weak to light. And similar to the last optional dragon fight when we return to the North Star Temple, there is a completely new skill available for you to learn if you can defeat it. However, unlike P-Explosion, Grim Butterfly is not good. Grim Butterfly is the same idea, where it's a 5x5 spell that is based on a certain element, this time dark, but its power is weak as hell. It's weaker than P-Explosion in raw power. Like, P-Explosion is the same power level, it's like slightly more powerful even than tier 2. Whilst this, it's literally weaker than tier 1, it just has a great range, and it makes it impossible to justify. Just keep Phantom for now. But it is worth fighting it anyway, because the experience, and it's just an optional fight to, I guess, flesh out this game, because, as I've mentioned several times, although Dragon Star is a turn-based JRPG, and is beefy enough, because of the nature of the fact that you're rushing through 6 chapters straight just to keep on top of this time limit.
Ready?
Or 6 or 7 chapters straight, I can't remember what chapter we end on.
Try not to fall.
Because of it, you end up finishing this game far quicker than you might expect. You're gonna notice, once we finish the time limit, even though we'll only have 2 dungeons left after that point, well, technically 3 because of post-game. Which, jumping the gun ahead, yes, there is a post-game dungeon to this, which is really fun. I enjoy the post-game dungeon a lot, so I look forward to that. But in spite of that, the last 3 dungeons are going to slow right down. Because we'll be exploring them more casually. We won't be bolting through it like a bat out of hell. We'll actually be exploring everything, showing things you've missed. It will start to beef out a little bit. I still don't think it's going to be as big as even Death End. I don't think that's possible because of how much of the game we've rushed through. I'm thinking in my mind, like around 30 parts, maybe 35, depending on how post-game goes, and then we'll be done. Because unlike Death End, there was never any DLC dungeons for this game, which I think was a missed opportunity. I would have loved for them to do DLC dungeons. Like Death End got them, so why not this? The only DLC this game got is boosting the level cap, because it's the level cap when you start at level 99, and like a few weeks later they added like an update that would up it to 399, then another up to 600, another up to 999 sort of thing. Which I've yet to see anyone grind to 999 in this to find out, and the game I just don't think is popular enough for people to do it, and I'm sure as shit not going to do it, because I don't want to end up hating this game by having to put like 500 hours into it to grind that up. Because your leveling does slow right down after like level 80, and going all the way to 999 would be insane. The biggest drawback of this fight that you have to be wary of is that almost all of its physical attacks will drain health. So if it does 600 damage, it gets 600 health back. So you are kind of almost racing it a little bit in terms of damage numbers. Because unfortunately, there's no way to, as far as I'm aware, to really disable that drain. There's no way to really get rid of it. And it's why you can see, even though we haven't dealt with its bottom limb, I'm already getting someone to target some of its, the actual main body. Because I want to keep on top of that health and stop it from just being at max health at all time. But now its region has been broken, it'll be stunned for a little while, not long enough, but a little while for us to get our bearings. So I decided to go through my items immediately to see what we've got to work with. Nightmare Court is actually a pretty cool item if you wish the reflect spell was in this game. Because it does do that, it makes it so magic spells will bounce off you. But I would almost never use it, because the fact that it's only an itemized thing, you can't really get it as a spell, at least if you can, you can't until like post-game, as far as I'm aware. It feels like the game's designed to not have you worry about it. It's not like, say, in Final Fantasy IV, where there's that one boss fight where it's like nigh on impossible to win unless you know how to cast Reflect. Like, it's not like that. This game is a lot more lenient than most mainline JRPGs. Saying that though, for an Idea Factory game, this game might catch you off guard because it's actually respectably tough. Like, the only reason we've been pulling through fights and doing alright is because I've been very strategic of when I've used those War God Stones, things that double experience, so I can mitigate grinding. And even then, before the time limit started, you might remember I grinded out Charlotta a little bit to catch her up on the dragons that she'd missed by joining the party 3 dungeons in. Well, it was like it was at the end of the second dungeon she joined, so technically 2 dungeons in. Whilst Faria, I'm just not bothering because, well, Faria joins in chapter blinking 7 in a game that's only 11 chapters long. She joins after the halfway point, and you've already been involved with the time limit since the start of chapter 4. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, even if you have time to do it, because trust me, you do. If you really want Faria to be in your team, you absolutely can still beat the time limit whilst grinding out her dragons. It's just a lot of added extra anxiety you have to put up with. Which, if that sort of thing doesn't bother you, if you like the tension of having to work against the clock, then it probably won't bother you. If you want the Faria grinded up, go for it. Like I said, you will be able to squeeze it in. At the rate I'm going on this playthrough, I won't even be halfway through the time limit before I finish. Which just kind of proves my point. Like the soft time limit, I mean, not the hard one. The hard one, you have to deal with it on a case-by-case basis every time you return to the den. But in terms of the soft time limit in the background, the purple bar doesn't go halfway full ever. Well, at least it probably won't by the time I reach the end of the recording, because I've only got 1 dungeon left, and I doubt I'm going to need to feed them that much to fill it up. But if you're someone who does actually like challenging yourself more in turn-based JRPGs, like maybe you've played a lot of mainline Shin Megami Tensei in your time and you like the extra challenge, once you first beat the game, you do unlock hard mode for this, which is probably the main reason why this game is also a little bit shorter than some of the other games they've made, because they want you to do multiple playthroughs. There is a hard mode to this game, and there's a trophy in it for you if you care about that. It's like literally one of the only trophies I'm still missing in this game. The only trophy I'm missing is get the normal ending, get the mad ending, and beat the game on hard. And the reason why I haven't got the trophy for getting the normal or madness ending is because I can't bear to have the kids die yet. I've seen them online, what those endings look like, and I hate them. Because I love this cast so much. So having an ending where it goes to shit and it's really horrible and nasty and mean and people die, it's like, no, I don't want to do that yet. I haven't had the mental willpower to do it. Which I say that, but I've had a spare save file sitting literally just before the end of the time limit for like a whole year, with the intention that I'd eventually go on that time limit, go into a dungeon, put my controller down and come back in an hour when all 3 of the kids are dead. Or probably quicker if I was trying to rush it, just overfeed them to fill up the purple bar quicker.
Sense the dragon.
Because at least then I'd get some rewards out of it, which is just how that works. Every time you fill up the gold bar once, they will give you something for the trouble. And if you look it up online, it is actually scripted rewards, and they get better the closer you get that purple bar to the end. And the reason why they do that is not just because, you know, you're getting tight on the time limit, but it's to try and give you a better advantage to pull it through at the end, by giving you stronger stuff. And they give you some really good stuff near the end. It's just whether you're prepared to take that risk. If you really want to, sorry, my throat's going a little bit. If you really want to, when you're on the other side of the time limit, you can still feed them and fill up the meter. It's just if the purple meter were to go up full, nothing would happen. Like they won't still then go dragonic sort of thing, and because your ending's locked in, they can't get rid of it. So instead, you can just feed them, get all the rewards, and then just move on to the next kid, get all the rewards, so you still get them. It's just, I don't know, maybe, even though it really shouldn't bother me because it's just a video game mechanic, the thought of deliberately trying to dragonify the kids a little bit more just seems horrible to me. So I don't know, something in the back of my mind just says that's bad. And so I just don't think I'd be able to get myself to do it. It's what I was talking about a few parts ago, where I'm way too sympathetic and empathetic to fictional characters. If I like the cast of characters, it genuinely ends up hurting my soul when bad things happen, especially when I, the player, could have done something to involve with it. And Idea Factory, even if they're little, well, Compile Heart and GJRPG, because they worked more on this, I think, than Idea. Just to have like spare assets, because I think Idea Factory are working on something else. Who knows what, but I'm pretty sure they're working on something else right now. Well, mainline working on something else, because I know they're helping out with Death End 2 as well. But in terms of what they're doing in their personal mainline adventures sort of thing, of whatever they're doing, I think they're working hard, so it wasn't all on them to make Dragonstar. But
Feel the power flowing through me.
oh, sorry, leveled up and I'll end up losing my train of thought. But this game still kind of has the later Idea Factory writing, where although their main stories aren't always the best, their character writing I think is always really good. And it's what ends up making me really care for these characters. But we got a cutscene, so I should probably drop that bit for now. You're right, if one of them pops up and tries to fight us when we're fatigued, there's no way we would stand a chance. If only we knew where they came from. Zuba only found out about it with the skull, but she doesn't have any more details. Hey Charlotta, why the long face? I now understand their true nature. The dragon's true nature? Yes, they're probably dragons that VARNIR is called, and I think it's doing it subconsciously. VARNIR's calling them? What do you mean? I told you VARNIR's lifespan is coming to an end, and that we'll need a new Dragonstar, right? Yeah. In order to increase the probability of a Dragonstar to be born, the prospect must become stronger. That's why I went through the star temples with you and had you consume the dragons that showed signs of intelligence. In order for us to take in its power, right? We know that. How is that related? To put it simply, VARNIR has summoned big dragons in order for you all to become stronger. What? That can't be. There is a limited number of dragons in this world, and the intelligent ones are incredibly rare. This is just my assumption, but I do think this is VARNIR's plan. If there are no dragons available for you in this world, I would summon them from the outside world. Outside world? That doesn't make any sense. Of course it does. It's plain and simple. I'm talking about a world different from the one we have here. VARNIR's desire to give birth to a new Dragonstar summoned powerful dragons? It's hard to believe it can do such a thing. Of course it can. VARNIR has the power to change the foundation of this very world. I suppose it is unusual, which makes it seem unbelievable. VARNIR's desires must have been drawn in these dragons, though. Wait, does that mean more dragons are going to be coming from this? Oh, what the hell? Then we'll be eaten by the big dragons before even one of us can become the Dragonstar. I don't think VARNIR has the power to call that many more. And the ones it will probably be drawn to the star temples. So if they do happen to show up, we don't really have to worry about them outside of the star temples? Correct. Hey Charlotta, so there are a total of 3 star temples, right? That's right. I guess that also means one more might show up in the 3rd star temple. What? Anyways, I'm putting up a barrier so we won't be bothered by this one anymore. I did the same at the North Star Temple just in case, so at the very least, no huge dragons will be showing up in this one either. Would have never guessed dragons like that with different magical powers could come from this side. VARNIR must have been desperate to give birth to the Dragon Star. If it's going to appear at the other Star Temple, we'll have to defeat it right away. If it leaves the temple, there could be lots of casualties. I know. We were able to find the dragons using Zuba's help until now. We should go back and ask her for help. But before that, Karikaro, we're going to take back the dragon meat. It's bones! What the hell are you on about, Charlotta? It's a bone dragon! Now we have to eat these too? That can't be healthy. The dragon's just bones. Come on. What are you going to cook out of that? What meat did I not see?
Let's go.
Leave it. Let's.
This is where it's like all the bones are hollow and it's like meat inside it. They just crack it open like an egg.
It's you.
Anyway, let's turn these in. Well, we've done everything I wanted to do, and we're only like halfway through this video, so guess what that means? Time to actually try and see if we can resolve our differences with Karikaro after last time ended a bit coldly. So Lapinette and Feria are left. Where could they be hiding? Oh, there you are, Lapinette. My, you found me. So all that's left is Feria. Is she here? No. He's totally looking at a different place. Zephy is so useless. Haha, not that way. Feria, she's hiding seriously. She's still such a child. It's here. I found you, Feria. Ah, I didn't think you'd find me here. Oh, you found everyone, huh? Cake's almost done, so let's have snack time now. They play hide and seek. That's cute. Hey, Karikaro's cake. Feria, you have to wash your hands first. Wow, it smells so good. All right, I'm gonna eat your piece, Zephy. Lapinette, can you go get Manessa? Got it. That was the wrong voice, but my throat kind of broke as I went to say it. She won't ask me for help, will she? I feel like she's still being distant with me. Oh, Zephy? What is it? Nothing. Just calling you for no reason. Okay, now that you're paying attention to me, can you set the table? Sure. Fox too? Yeah, it's a cake after all. Roger. She's not avoiding me, but maybe that's why it's making things awkward. Yeah, she still doesn't really know. She isn't sure how to approach it after last time. That was good. Tate's cake was lovely. Why do you say it like that? It's always tasty. Well, that's a stretch. It's always good. It's not good to be picky, girls. If it's your cake, Karikaro, then Monet will always think it's tasty. I guess you can't lie to your sister's taste buds. That's how often they eat Karikaro's food. We must be thankful. Although it's hit or miss, everyone loves what Karikaro makes. Alright, I'll get ready for dinner now. Today was the day for requests, huh? Oh, then I want some chicken teriyaki, and salad and soup and a dessert. Monet is craving some food with herbs. Meat! So long as it's meat, I'm fine with anything. I found a recipe for vegetable potage, and I'm trying eating it, but... Hey, everyone, isn't that too much? It's routine. Come on, Zephy, what do you want to eat today? Huh? Oh, I'm fine. I see. Wait, was she just looking out for me? I guess I can make a request. Oh, that must be the informant. Come in. Hey, everyone. I can't remember your voice. Did you bring the ingredients I asked for? Well, I don't have a death wish, so of course. He's like, fuck no, I don't want to get killed by you. Yeah, I'm gonna put them right here, okay? Who would ever kill someone useful? I've already told you we're cool. Alright, everything's here. Here's your payment. Thanks. Karikaro's finally got used to the informant. It wasn't that long ago that she was insisting that he was suspicious and that we should kill him. Doesn't count, Lapinette said it. How recent was that? It's been a few years since I've been coming here, right? It's only recently that I've been able to talk to Karikaro. You better shut up unless you want me to make you give you half off of everything on the next 5 years. You always used to threaten me like that. Okay, since you're regulars, I'll give you half off on everything today. What? It's nice to remember the past, isn't it? Like how Manessa and Lapinette will both pretty much stop you from killing me because it'll be problematic to lose an errand boy. Right? Even after allowing the informant to come in and out of the den, you were always watching him because you didn't trust him. She would make the informant take a bite out of the vegetables just to prove they weren't poisoned. I can't help it. He was really suspicious. Well, I don't blame you. Being an informant can be a suspicious profession. You acted like any normal person would have. And besides, these are rough times. It's good that you have a sister like Karikaro. Once she accepts you, though, it's easy to do business. Anyway, for the next week's goods, should I get the usual? Oh, actually, I wanted you to bring what I wrote here. It's rare for you to write it down. Let's see. Got it. I'll be sure to pick this up. Oh, and next time, I guess I'll buy it without discounts as long as you promise not to talk about my past. I'll keep that in mind. Alright, I'll be seeing you. So hard to get a read on that guy. Oh, so you're saying that if Mr. Informant was easy to read, you would have bonded with him sooner? No, it doesn't change that he's still suspicious. By now it'd be too late if something happened because of him. She has a point. For witches who are in hiding, you won't be able to survive unless you have a strong sense of being alert. Another word out of you and I'm really gonna kill you. Doesn't count. Flashbacks don't count. That'd be in the back anyway. Vanessa and Lapinette are kind hearts, and their little sisters are still young, so it was easier for them to accept me. I think Karikaro's reaction is a more natural reaction out of them all. Hey, Karikaro? What is it? I don't need any help with cooking right now. It's not that, I wanted to apologize about the other day. I just got emotional. What are you talking about? I don't remember. What? When you fainted from your cold? I told you I don't remember. My memory's a bit hazy from that day. No, she was pretty stable then, but did it seem that way? Anyways, now that I have my ingredients, I'm going to start preparing. I forgot to mention that I heard about what you did while I was out. That was very helpful. Oh. Zephy, did something happen with Karikaro? I was concerned too. You guys seem so weird around each other. It's not a big deal, but yeah. I guess I'll just have to work at it like Darren did to get Elder to gain her trust. Huh? I think she trusts you though. I think so too. Rather, I feel she likes you. I don't know about all that. Charlotta, have you been here this whole time? How rude. I've been around since the informant got here. Whether she trusts you or not is one thing, but I'm sure she likes you. No way, are you making fun of me? Seriously? Rude? And being honest, well, you'll know soon enough. Huh? You're so dense. Dense? Karikaro said I was clumsy before. But I wonder what about Karikaro's action towards me convinces both Lapinette and Charlotta that she likes me.
Drop by anytime.
Maybe that. His name drop by any time. We got some spirit bouquets we can give to boost Lapinette up a little bit as well. Hugo, I want seconds. Monet wants some too. I guess I'll get a little bit too. Might as well eat too. Everyone ate quite a bit. Do you want more, Lapinette? I'm stuffed, thank you. I'm gonna go on a walk after my meal, okay? I'll be back soon, so don't worry. Sure, go ahead. It's dark, so be careful, okay? I wonder if she's going to the lake again. You wouldn't know. Why? Why was I born with this useless ability? It's nothing but a curse. Lapinette. Don't come near me. It's all my fault. Ever since that day, I've been confused on how to deal with Lapinette. She said she can't change the future, but is it that really true? No, it can't be. If she knows what will happen, there's gotta be a way. But she probably looks at her powers as the only reason she lost her sister. It's gotta be so traumatizing, I can't imagine. What can I do to get rid of that trauma? Or is it something I shouldn't deal with? What's the matter, Zephy? You look like something's bothering you. Are your wounds still hurting? No, not at all. They're pretty much healed. Even today, I don't think I would have been able to protect you. There's no way to change the future, no matter how hard I fight. What do you mean? Thanks to you, I haven't been poisoned. You'll find out soon. Just be careful not to get hurt. Just as Lapinette said, I fell off the roof when I was fixing it and got hurt, but I would say that was a coincidence. I hope Lapinette isn't feeling guilty about it. I see, as long as it doesn't hurt. Oh, are you worried about something? Well, it's about Lapinette. Oh, so you have a crush on Lapinette? Oh. You like someone like Lapo? What? It would never work with Lapo. It's just like a fairy tale, a love story between a knight and a princess. Hey, just because Lapo is nice to you, Zephy, don't get the wrong idea. I wasn't thinking about her like that. Then what is it? Well, I could tell Minessa and Karikaro, but to talk about this in front of the little sisters might not be a good idea. Are you worried about Lapo's ability? What? Lapinette talked to the little sisters about that? That was unexpected. Don't worry, I asked Lapo and she said that ever since she came to this den, she's never seen the future of her family members. She supposedly can see the past of the dragon, so maybe her powers to see the future is weakened. No, that sounds a lot like she's just protecting the kids' sanity. She just doesn't want to tell them that she's seen how they die. Probably. Oh, come to think of it. What is it, Charlotta? I just remembered, but the laundry's out to dry. I totally forgot, Ferrier. Can you help me? Okay, got it. I'll help too. Monet wants to help too. This is such a bore, but I'll have to help at times like this, or Ferrier starts complaining. Yeah, Charlotta doesn't give a shit about the laundry. She just... Charlotta, you're making it obvious that you're watching him. Huh? What are you talking about, Karikaro? Zephy's so dense. Huh? If Lapinette can't see the future, then she wouldn't be so afraid of her powers. What do you mean? I was worried too. That's why I made them go away. You're gonna tell us, right, Karikaro? I would prefer to get rid of you too, but I guess it's better than sniffing around. Wait. So Lapinette's powers isn't getting weaker, huh? Then there's a chance that she's seeing futures of people other than me. Yeah, that's right. So you did realise that Lapinette saw a future of you. Well, she told me herself. She told you? Lapinette sees our future sometimes, but she always hides it from everyone. I'm the only one, aside from her, who realises it when it happens. Well, yeah, she seemed desperate to hide it. Then why did she tell me? That's why you're dense. You don't even realise Lapinette trusts you. Anytime Lapinette sees a tragic future of someone, she plays it off and tries to lead them in a way to avoid their fate. The other day, before I went hunting, she pretended to get sick and asked Vanessa to take care of her. That's what she was doing, huh? You're sharp. She must have seen a future where Vanessa would have been in danger if she went out that day. I see. Wait, that day. Was it the day Vanessa got a burn? Yeah, when Vanessa was taking care of her, she unluckily got soup dropped on top of her head, remember? Fuck, that's brutal. So it won't change the future that you'd get hurt, so that's what Lapinette must have meant. But in the least, it would have been better than getting in danger in the woods or getting poisoned by a dragon. Hey, do you remember when we first met? Of course, I'll never forget. Lapinette was captured by the knights, but I think that happened because she was doing it to protect me or Vanessa. In the end, Lapinette was the one that got captured. Why do you think she's protected you? Lapinette suddenly told her she dropped her bracelet and she was going to pick it up. Then she went off. But Lapinette would never take that bracelet outside. She only puts it on when something sad or painful happens to her. It's a lucky charm. So she lied to protect her family. Ever since then, I've been watching her and making sure she doesn't put herself in danger. I understand that she's trying to hide it, but I want to protect her too. I see. It's definitely easier if she just tells you, though. If she tried to change a bad future, I want to help her. But if she's too reckless, I want you to stop her. Of course, I want Lapinette to understand her powers are useful in changing the future. I can't make what happened to her beloved sister go away, but I don't want Lapinette to think of her powers as a curse. It seems like you guys are done with your secret talk. Charlotta, thanks for telling me about the laundry. Thanks for helping, Lapo. You're welcome. I'm proud that you helped so much, Farrier. Good girl. She just pet Farrier's head. Is that how she checks on them to see if what their future holds? If that's the case, I didn't notice at all. Lapinette is so good at watching out for people. I'm sure she's good at hiding it too. But she told me her secret. I failed back then, but in the least, it doesn't change the fact that she opened up to me. Lapo, can you help me fold the laundry? Of course. Lapinette is so nice to the little sisters. I hope Lapinette always finds a reason to smile like that. I know, this would be a good time to help her fix her bracelet. If it's something she puts on whenever she feels sad, I'm sure she'd want to wear it after having to face her sister in battle. I'll get right to it. And at least you know where rank 5 Lapinette's gonna go. She's gonna go try and fix that bracelet. But I think it's about time we try and catch up Farrier a little bit more, because like I said, she is behind. Anyone that's on like rank 4 or 5 and she's on rank 2. Zephy, you done over there? Yeah, you want to start soon? The train without getting caught by the others means we have to finish our chores fast and use the time we have left. I couldn't wait. We're going to the woods and the den, right? Let's hurry. Yeah, we don't have much time. We have to train effectively. Got it. You know this is only going to end poorly. Okay, pretend I'm a dragon and attack me. You can use magic on me or come at me with your weapon. What, really? If we emulate a real battle, then training will be more effective. And besides... Huh? I know you won't be able to hit me anyway. Oh, what did you say? I'm going to not hold back anymore. Yeah! Probably so easily convinced. That's a good attack. Charlotta seems to have trained you well in fundamentals. I can imagine he's got like his hands behind his back and he's like only subtly dodging. Like you're only moving the top half of his body, but his legs are still in place. Farrier, magic is powerful, but if you just shoot it without thinking, you'll run out fast. Dragon battles often take a long time. Use your head and pace yourself. Oh yeah, huh? Then attack. Zephy, you said it's best trained if you emulate natural battle, right? Well, I don't think I can. You're going to go easy on me in the beginning, right? It can be a little at a time, please, or else I'll never get better. She has a point. When we get a natural battle, she'll get better faster. Please, Zephy, I want to become an older sister so we can defeat the dragon on my own fast. I know I'm trying to rush things, but please help me. She definitely has enough spirit to become an older sister. Got it, then I'm going to be a bit tough on you. Thanks, you're amazing, brother Zephy. Bring it on. Not yet. You're letting your guard down, Farrier. Crap, Fairy, you okay? Yeah, just grazed me. Your cheek is bleeding. Sorry, maybe I went too hard on you. Don't worry, I can fix this with my healing magic. Fairy, you okay? Yeah, like you said, I think I shot too much magic and now I'm out of breath. You can't use healing magic, huh? I'm not good at it either. Well, I'm gonna have to take you back and have Vanessa look at it. But then she'll figure out our secret training. We won't have to mention it. It's not good to leave your scar unattended. Let's go home. Okay. Yeah, last thing you want is a big scar on your face. Vanessa, are you here? You two took a while, Fairy. What happened? Oh, I fell. Looks like it hurt a lot. Let me heal you. Wait, but why would Zephy bring her over in the injury like that? Wait, you better not tell me you did this to her. Crap, I should have had Fairy go back on her own so we wouldn't catch on. I really did fall. I caught myself with a tree branch and, Fairy, look at me in the eye. Okay. You're not lying? Well... Oh no, we have to get out of it. I heard that to lie is good to make the truth into it. Alright. It's fine, Fairy, you see. Oh, Zephy. You see, we were taking in laundry and Fairy tripped and I couldn't support her, so I fell with her. Oh. Sorry, I was with her. I was supposed to protect her. It's all my fault. Yeah, I told him that I was embarrassed, but Zephy kept quiet. Sorry for lying. I see. But Zephy, what are you going to do? To put a scar on a girl's face is a big deal. I thought you humans take responsibility by getting married. But married? Anyway, so come this way. Come this way, I'll heal you. Maybe I don't need healing. This is a good mark to have. Fairy, I understand what you mean, but no, come on. No, I'm okay. My. Hey, Zephy, she's fawning over you. If you talk to her, maybe she'll listen. Huh? I see. Leave it to me. Careful, Zephy. Battle wounds are never a bad thing, but if she can heal, I'm sure she'd appreciate it. Fairy, why don't you let her heal you? You don't need that kind of scar on your pretty face. But pretty? She's an airhead. So what are you going to do, Fairy? It seems like Zephy likes a prettier face. It's not like I'm doing this because of Zephy, but if you guys say so, I guess I'll let myself be healed. Alright, little Miss Tsundere. Got it, then stay still. Zephy, you happy now? Yeah. Hey Zephy, it's nice that you guys are close, but you better not mess with her. What are you talking about, Kerikara? Don't worry, I wouldn't touch a child. What's the matter, Fairy? I'm not a child! I'm an older sister now! Oh, Fairy, I shouldn't have treated her like a kid. I'm gonna have to apologise to her. Don't make Fairy cry. You won't hear the end of it if you make her cry. They're so close now. Stop suggesting weird things! Fairy is my little sister. Never mess with her. Fairy, I want to apologise to you. Let me in. Come in. Hey, sorry for treating you like a child earlier. It was rude of me when I knew you were working hard to be an older sister. That's not what I was getting at, but I guess I'll forgive you. Oh, so you weren't mad because I treated you like a child? Goodness, Zephy, you don't get it. You're so dumb. Man, what can I do to be forgiven? Wait, you forgave me, huh? No, I take it back. I won't forgive you, but if you take me to the woods, I guess I'll consider it. And the woods outside the den? What are you going to go there for? Is it obvious? We're dragon hunting. I'm more confident now that you and Charlotta trained me. We should be able to handle a small dragon together, right? I want to become stronger and be useful for everyone. Wait, I think you're rushing it. But the only way I can prove that I'm an independent witch is to be able to hunt a dragon on my own. She's right, it's best to learn on the fly in real combat, but just because you went on a small dragon trip, it doesn't mean I'll come. You won't go too far and we'll stay near the woods. We can go?! If we find a smaller dragon, we can take it. But anything bigger than that, we run. You okay with that? Yeah, thanks, Zephy. Proof of being an independent witch, huh? If Fairy can defeat it, I guess I'll get her something. And we'll have to leave that for now, after getting in danger once.
You wanna be with me? What a weirdo.
Literally me when anyone says, do you wanna hang out? Zephy, hurry! Got it. You're able to use magic pretty good now, okay? All you have to do is poke a hole here. Okay, like this. Yep. Then you're going to pass a ribbon through the hole, and it's done. Alright, all done. Perfect. Wow, you're pretty quick on your feet about the pressed flower idea. It would have been pretty lame if you let it wither. Yeah, we definitely couldn't have a withered flower as a gift. I was surprised to hear you wanted to help. What? I wasn't really trying to help so much as I was helping her. She's been training me how to fight, and I wanted to pay her back a little. How is Charlotta as your teacher? She's really easy to understand. She may be young, but sometimes it feels like I'm in the military or something. The military, huh? What is it, Zephy? Nothing. I'm going to go give Charlotta a gift. The bookmark and... a diary, right? This and the bookmark would be a pretty nice gift from you, Zephy. And hope she accepts your confession of love. I hope she does too. I mean, what? That's not that kind of gift. Both Karikara and Fairy always want to make it like that. Can you blame them? Whatever, just go on. I hope it goes well. Gosh. Well, I do want it to go well. I hope she likes it. Also, Zephy, who says gosh? Charlotta, you here? It's me. Come on in. Welcome, Zephy. What are you holding? I got you something, Charlotta, so here you go. A gift? What book is it? Oh. It's a diary. I'm not forcing you to use it, but... And a pressed flower bookmark? This is a rare flower that grows at the bottom of the lake near the woods. Come to think of it, there was a flower that had that sudden genetic mutation. She already knew. What else should I expect from Charlotta? But she sure got creative to press the flower. This flower dries up really fast. But anyway, why are you giving me a gift? What are you trying to pull? I'm not trying to pull anything. It's just that... You know how you were talking about immortality the other day? Oh, about my joke? You're still thinking about that? It's just, when you were talking about it back then, you seemed really hurt by it, even if it was a joke, so I wanted to cheer you up. So you got me a bookmark and a diary. Moments don't last forever, do they? It doesn't matter if you're a human or a witch. If you start writing them down, you can always read them when you feel lonely. You can remember the happier times. You can remember those closest to you, the memories you had with them, or at least that's what I thought. That's really nice. Thanks for being so considerate. Should I use this bookmark on the page of my favourite memory? No, that's something to remind you that you used to live in this den, Charlotta. Huh? The flower is like this because of the den's magic. Although the world may be vast, this is the only flower in it that blooms here. The hope was that even if you left the den, every time you saw this bookmark, you'd remember all of us. Maybe this is stupid, but I thought of how hard it might be for you to be here alone, after me and the others all pass away. If I was in your position, I would miss everyone so much. I figured I'd just want to remember the good times I had with everyone. I see. But remember that I'm not trying to force anything on you, okay? If you don't want it, you don't have to accept it. You're thinking I'm going to reject it, just like I did with the cake, huh? Well, cakes, I don't really like sweet stuff. But I can use a bookmark. Although I may not use diaries very often, I may be able to use this as a notepad. Then, there's no reason for me to give it back. I'm really glad. You're such a dummy. I make one dumb joke and you go and do all of this. You had to dive into the lake, right? It was deeper than I thought it was. Achoo! Did you catch a cold? No, I think something was just... Achoo! I know what I'm going to write in my diary today. Huh? There is a dummy who dove into the lake just to get a flower and caught a cold. That's what I'll write. Who's to say I caught a cold? Achoo! What am I going to do with you? I'll get you something warm to drink, so just wait here. Huh? If you caught a cold, I'll take care of you. Aren't you nice today? You normally would have said, I'm going to catch a cold, so get out of here. You're so unromantic. I'm trying to tell you that your gift made me feel happy. Huh? Seeing Charlotta's smile is making my heart race, so maybe I did catch a cold. She likes you, man! Come on, you idiot! Put two and two together. She said she wanted to be romantic. Next time, we'll go to the Wilderness of Atonement. See yous.